Giggles and Tunes.
Israelites left Egypt. Last time, we mentioned Joseph brought his father's family to live in Egypt. They lived there for about 400 years, and the people of Israel had many children, and their number grew greatly. Then, a new king began to rule Egypt. He did not know who Joseph was, so he made life hard for the Israelites. At that time, there was a man called Moses. When he was herding sheep on a mountain, he saw a strange thing. He saw a bush was on fire, but it did not burn up. This is because God was appearing to him and talking to him. God said, "I am the God of your ancestors. The Israelites are my people. They have suffered in Egypt, and I have heard their cries. I want to save them from Egypt and lead them to a good land. So now I am sending you to the king of Egypt to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Therefore, Moses met the king of Egypt, but he did not let the Israelites go. If all of them left, who would take up the hard work? Since the king of Egypt did not let them go, God brought 10 plagues to Egypt. The water became blood. Everywhere was so stinky without drinking water. The frogs filled the land. The dust was changed into gnats. The gnats bit the Egyptians and made them uncomfortable. The flies flew over all the ground. The Egyptians could not keep them away. The farm animals were sick. Many of them died. And the boils came upon the Egyptians and animals. The next plague was the hail. It destroyed many animals and crops. The locusts ate all the plants in Egypt. A total darkness in Egypt for 3 days. Nothing could be seen. But the king of Egypt was very stubborn that he still did not let the Israelites leave. So, God brought about the 10th plague. That was every firstborn son in the land of Egypt would die. For the Israelites, God commanded each family to kill a lamb and put the blood on the sides and tops of the door frames. Because at that night, God would kill all the firstborn sons in Egypt. When he saw the blood, a sign in the house, he would pass over that family. Consequently, there was loud crying everywhere in Egypt. After the 10th plague, the king of Egypt finally allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt. Just after their departure, the king of Egypt changed his mind and chased them with his army. When the Israel people walked and walked to the edge of the sea, seeing there was no road ahead and the army behind, they did not know what to do. It was dangerous. Then, Moses raised his walking stick and held it over the sea. God split the sea with a strong wind. It became dry ground. The Israelites went through the sea on dry land. The Egyptian army followed them into the sea. Moses raised his walking stick and held it over the sea again. The water came back and covered the whole Egyptian army. At that time, Moses and the Israelites sang a song to God to praise the great thing he did for them.